Countering Russian Disinformation, NATO's Information Warfare. In recent years, Russian disinformation has been a major concern for NATO and its member states. The spread of false information by Moscow has increased drastically, posing a significant threat to the security and stability of Europe and North America. NATO has recognized the danger of this problem and, as such, has developed a strategy to counter Russian disinformation through information warfare. Information warfare is the use of technology, propaganda, and other information-based means to influence the opinions, beliefs, and behaviors of people, with the ultimate aim of achieving a desired outcome. It encompasses activities such as disinformation, cyber attacks, and psychological operations. NATO defines information warfare as the use of information to achieve strategic and operational objectives, and to influence the behavior of adversaries. The organization recognizes the importance of information superiority and acknowledges that conflicts in the 21st century are fought as much in the information space as they are on the physical battlefield. One of the ways NATO is countering Russian disinformation is through the establishment of the NATO Strategic Communications Center of Excellence, Stratcom COE. The center is based in Riga, Latvia, and acts as a hub for research and analysis on strategic communications, focusing on counter-propaganda and disinformation campaigns. The Stratcom COE is comprised of experts from NATO member states and partner nations, who work together to develop strategies, tactics, and tools to counter Russian disinformation. The Stratcom COE also provides training and education to NATO personnel and partner nations, in order to enhance their ability to recognize, analyze, and counter disinformation campaigns. The center offers courses on topics such as propaganda techniques, strategic messaging, and social media analysis. They also organize simulations and exercises to test the readiness of NATO and partner nations to respond to information warfare. The Stratcom COE has become a crucial part of NATO's efforts to address the Russian disinformation threat. Another approach that NATO has taken to counter Russian disinformation is through the use of communication channels such as social media. NATO uses its social media accounts to provide accurate information and to actively counter lies and propaganda spread by the Russian media. The alliance also actively engages with social media influencers and journalists to ensure that more credible information is shared through their networks. NATO's social media activity has increased significantly in recent years as the organization recognizes that this is a key arena in the information space. NATO also works closely with partner nations, such as Ukraine and Georgia, to assist them in building their own resilience to disinformation campaigns. These countries are on the front line of the Russian disinformation campaign and are therefore particularly vulnerable. NATO provides support through the provision of training, technical assistance, and equipment to allow these countries to better defend themselves against disinformation attacks. A key element of NATO's approach to countering Russian disinformation is the use of a whole-of-society approach. This involves working not just with government and military institutions, but also with civil society, academia, and the private sector. NATO recognizes that information warfare is not just a military or government issue, it is a societal issue that requires a broad-based response. By working with a range of organizations and individuals across society, NATO can build resilience against disinformation and propaganda campaigns. In conclusion, Russian disinformation is a significant threat to the security and stability of Europe and North America. NATO recognizes the seriousness of this issue and has developed a range of strategies to counter it. These include the establishment of the NATO Strategic Communications Center of Excellence, social media engagement, cooperation with partner nations, and a whole-of-society approach. Through the implementation of these measures, NATO is working to ensure that its citizens are not misled by false information and that the security interests of the member states are protected.